Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday School. I just want to say, you did it. As crazy as this past school year was, you finished, hopefully. Hopefully, you passed. Hopefully, you're moving up another year. I'm excited to have you guys. I don't know if you guys have heard yet, but the fifth graders are staying down in the children's ministry. So, at this point in this year, we don't have anybody coming along new to the youth group. But I still want to say I'm proud of you guys. I'm obviously proud of our seniors, and hopefully we'll continue to pray for them. Excited to see what God has in their future as they go off to college and those kinds of things. But everybody else, you did it. You're a grade higher, maybe a year older. Um, as easy as some of this stuff seems, especially if you're just going from one hall in the school to another or whatever, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to progress like you guys have, to move on to the next grade, to be a part of something different, to learn new teachers and be a part of a different classroom setting with different kids your age and those kinds of things. So I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud that you guys have moved up, and I hope it goes great. I'll be praying for you. So this is our promotion Sunday video lesson. And I just want to share some encouragement with you as you guys are starting the school year here pretty soon. So I know here recently we have talked about places in the Bible where they specifically talk about young people. So in Isaiah, in Pastor Hood's message a couple weeks ago, it said, even young men will grow tired and weary, right? That's us. You guys are younger. I'm still kind of young. But that's us. We can grow weary, but we have to trust in God so we can get out of that weariness, that spiritual weariness, right? And then we've talked about Jeremiah. We've talked about how Jeremiah did not think that he could do work for God because he was a youth, because he was young. He didn't think that. And that's one of the things I want you guys to always know and always remember is your age does not mean anything in God working through your lives. If you're willing and obedient, God can work through your lives. So I know one of the biggest things, myself included, that I worry about and I think about is my future, right? I don't know what my future is going to hold. I don't know what the school year is going to be like. I don't know where I'm going to go to college. So these questions are for you, right? Obviously, I think about these things too sometimes. Well, should I go back to college? I don't know. But we think about these things and we worry about our future. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we worry about tomorrow. And it's hard to trust in God sometimes. So I just want to give you some encouragement. So in Psalm 31, this is David. This is a song from David. We know a lot of his struggles. We know how he had to run and hide from his enemies sometimes, and he had all these hardships. And a lot of times he did follow God. He did the work of God, and he made some mistakes along the way. But I just want to read this short little section of a psalm, and then also relate it to us. So in Psalm 31, 14 through 15, David says, "But I trust in you, Lord. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hands. Deliver me from the hands of my enemies, from those who pursue me." So that was NIV, right? He's saying, I trust in you, Lord, and you are my God, right? We can have these other things as God, as replacements for God, or things we're trying to replace God with. Maybe that's our own, the abilities that we think we have, wanting to be in control, those kinds of things. But we have to understand that he is our God. And 15 says, my times are in your hands. The NLT version, I kind of like it a little bit for this verse. Psalm 31:14, it says, but I'm trusting you, O Lord, saying, you are my God. And then 15, it says, my future is in your hands. Rescue me from those who hunt me down relentlessly. This is something we all have to do, right? We see other verses in the Bible where God takes care of the things he creates, and more so us, the ones that he wants to have a relationship with. And we have to give our future to God. This doesn't mean don't try. This doesn't mean I'm just going to be super relaxed about everything and not try because God's gonna pull through and give me an A on this. I don't need to study or whatever. God's gonna hand in my lap this job without applying it. That's not what this is saying, right? This is saying that we have to lay it over to God in prayer, in our relationships with God, and in our talks and those kinds of things. We have to just lay it out and be like, God, what do you want me to do? I'm going to trust in you. If you want this door to be open, open it. If you don't want this door to be open, close it. And we just have to trust in God that our future in his hands. And so for David, he says, rescue me from those who hunt me down relentlessly. David faced a lot of hardships, and he was hunted down. So this was his hardship, and hopefully you guys aren't being hunted down or anything like that. But we do have our own hardships, and we have our own things that we worry so much about, focus on more than we should, because we're having trouble trusting God with it. But we are in his hands. Our future is in his hands. And we just have to trust that. It's hard. I know. It's so hard. But when I look back on my life, and just the recent parts of my life, if God wasn't with me in certain decisions that I have made, I wouldn't get the opportunity and the blessing of being here at Central. Just one different choice in the past 6 years could have changed that for me. And I had to trust God and all that. And it's hard. I want to think of the next 10 years and know that it's planned out, right? And you guys might feel that way too. But I have to take a step back and understand that God is in control, right? I have to do the things that I can do in God's will, right? Pray about things. Talk to those who have maybe been in situations like you, and talk to members of your family and your community of believers that you know and love. But ultimately, we have to trust God, and it's tough. But I hope this is a reminder that he holds these things in his hands. He cares about them. You aren't too little for him. You're meaningful to him. He chose to die for you and your sins. And because of that, hopefully we can live for him. And part of that is trusting him with our future. So I'm so happy for you guys. I'm happy to have you guys another year. And I just hope and pray that God blesses us this year, and that we grow as a group and we grow closer to God. So that's my message for you today. I'm proud of you guys. I can't wait for this year to spend with you and grow spiritually. So that's all I got. I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see you for small groups. We'll see you later.